Hi. I did something stupid. Well, actually, we did something stupid. This is my roommate Josiah, and him and I went on a 900-mile road trip to find giant chairs. So we knew that there were two chairs here at MSOE. One right outside of Dirk's building, and then the other one behind the campus center, more commonly called the CC. So we got going. So this is the chair that started it all. It's the first chair of our journey. We are going to be on the road for 5 days straight, looking for as many giant chairs as we possibly can. And trying to sit in as many as they'll allow us to. So, let's get going. Okay, so the next chair is actually right in here, so come on in. This is also on campus. So we've got the next big chair already, and it's only been like 5 minutes. So, on to chair 3. Okay, I'm pulling up directions. Do we need directions to the next one?
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
We don't need
Fine.
directions. Marshall, where are we?
Well, based off the position of the sun, the moon, and Jupiter's anus, I have no
Marshall?
idea. Don't go there. I need to have a staring contest with you. You blinked.
Marshall, this is where we started.
Our next stop was also here in Milwaukee at a local restaurant called Mater's. Now, we didn't know for certain if they would let us film, so we went and we asked first.
Hi guys,
Hi.
how are you doing today?
Doing alright. I had a quick question for you.
And I might have an answer for you.
My roommate and I here are going on a road trip across Wisconsin and Illinois to sit in every giant chair that we can find.
You guys are more than welcome to sit in the giant chair and I will definitely take your picture for you.
We have a camera. Is it alright if we take the picture?
Yeah,
Can we film at all?
of course.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
trying to document it for our own sake for like later on and everything like that.
Of course, you guys are more than welcome to.
Little did we know that we would get a full tour of the entire restaurant and every historical thing in there. Now, I'm not going to put all of that footage in here, otherwise this video would be a half-hour long. That's right, we spent a half-hour in this place recording with just a tour that they gave us. So I might end up putting that as a completely separate video at some other point in time if you guys really want me to. I will keep the files just to be safe.
Okay.
So these are real suits of armor that we got acquired from Germany. We did have 3 of them. One of them that we donated to the Smithsonian. That one right there is from the 13th century. That one's from the 15th century. All of the weaponry that you see on the wall, that all was real German weapons from once upon a time.
We did not expect to actually get permission to film in here, but we did get permission to film and to sit in the chair. If you guys are ever in the Milwaukee area, come to Mater's. This place is awesome and the people are really, really nice. But I think it's time for us to get to the next chair. Okay, so they were really, really nice to us. We did end up having to get out of there just because we have to get moving, because our next stop is 1 hour and 45 minutes away, so let's go to the car. And thus we had finished in Milwaukee, and it was finally time for us to start our journey. Our unexpected journey, if you will. The Fellowship of the Ring, the first Harry Potter. This was and will be our magnum opus, the best and only thing anyone will remember us for. The Great Chair Chase. This is our car for the next 5 days.
Why are you talking like that?
Richard Hammond,
No, you're not.
just play along. This is a 2008 Dodge Caliber. A wonderful car. with an even more magnificent engine. This is our engine. I have no idea how many cylinders it has, how much horsepower, what kind of fuel economy it gets. It's an engine. Just listen to the sound of this beauty. Doesn't it sound sick? Welcome to Hammondland TV. As you can see, our 2008 Caliber is driving magnificently on the interstate. We're going 58 miles an hour currently, and it's holding steady and fast. We just filled up with gas, made sure our tires were all correct, and we're driving as safely as possible. That's why I'm not actually looking at you, because Jesus Christ, I hate Milwaukee drivers. Okay, so we are in Oshkosh. We have to find the big chair, but we're gonna go to a couple stores, eat some food, hang out a little bit. We're probably not gonna film it because we don't want to get in trouble for having a camera. So, let's go. All right. That took longer than expected. It's dark now, so we're not gonna go film at that chair because you wouldn't be able to see anything. And we wouldn't be able to see anything, and nobody would be able to see anything, and I don't think the cops would very much like us being at a closed park that late at night. So we're gonna go to a hotel here and just go the extra hour and... Okay. How do bloggers do... Oh, this feels so weird. Alright, we are in the cheapest hotel money can buy. Motel 6, and Josiah is booting up the PS5 to play some Marvel Rivals, so let's see how that goes. Okay, so you knew you were gonna be on camera playing, right?
No.
So, why did you choose Squirrel Girl, Josiah?
It's for the mission. That's why everybody chooses Squirrel Girl.
What mission? So, hotel was decent. We're gonna go to the first chair here in Oshkosh. We have an extra hour and 45 minutes to drive today, so we're just gonna get going. So we spent the next 45 minutes trying to find this place, even with GPS, because it was, for some reason, impossible to find a giant chair, I guess. Apparently they don't add giant chairs to Google Maps, so we had to find the park it was in. I don't know. I don't understand it. So we're here at the next chair, but it's at a playground, and there's a bunch of kids playing, and we don't want to have to, like, we don't want to have them on film and everything like that. So we're gonna film this part. We're gonna film when we get back into the car, and we're gonna just insert a picture of us sitting on the chair, but the chair's right over there. So we did not, in fact, record when we got back into the car, but here is the picture of us sitting in the giant chair in Oshkosh at the park. But we were soon on the road once again. We found a tank. It's just a tank. I'd like to point out, we are in the middle of a residential area. There's just houses and a tank. Well, we found the big Wisconsin chair. I just thought it would be bigger.
You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it.
Wait a minute. I am Spider-Man. I almost fell. So, there's apparently yet another Wisconsin chair at the same place as the other two, but this one, they're afraid of people stealing. I mean, we ended up hanging out in the Wisconsin Dells for the entire day and actually had a lot of fun seeing a lot of different things. And I'll put some of the pictures here. We found like Transformers that were life-sized, and we even had fun at the hotel. That sounds wrong.
I don't like that. Please change that.
No, I'm keeping that in.
No.
I need to get the alpaca.
20 minutes later.
I'm going for the ball now.
What about
Yeah,
getting
okay.
the alpaca at all cost? I don't think. Okay. Nope. What the?
I got the alpaca, but more importantly, we got sleep. Actually, it was the nicest hotel of the entire trip and the cheapest hotel for some reason. Now, we didn't get any footage of the next day of us driving to Madison because Madison sucks. Okay, so we are in Madison, at UW-Madison, where there's supposed to be a large terrace chair. And here's a picture. I'll add it in post, probably, maybe. You know what? I might not, because screw Madison. Okay, the driving here sucks. Nobody knows how to drive. All the students are just walking in the street for no reason, and then the school decides to take away the whole reason we drove here. So, what we're gonna do is we're going to go someplace else before a blizzard comes and takes control of Madison, because God knows they don't have control. Neither do I! Don't drive angry, kids. It's not safe for you or anyone else. That's why I calmed down before I started driving, because otherwise I would have hit a UW-Madison student that was crossing the street when they weren't supposed to be, because only the smartest people go to UW-Madison.
Have you calmed down?
Yes, I'm out of the city now.
What if I say Madison?
Nope, don't even. I'm good now. We're chill. We had the music going. We turned the music off because we had to turn on the camera. No, we're fine. We're on a country road, going 55, in the rain. I like it. I enjoy this. It's fun.
I see.
All right. We made it to Utica. It is no longer raining. The drive was fairly nice. It's been about 2 hours now, so things took a little bit longer than expected. But we've finally found the next chair. So things are looking a little bit better. On this one, we're actually going to show like the full us walking up to it and finding the chair and everything like that, which is actually right over there. Oh, yes, there is. Like the one car that passed like 10 minutes. And he turned anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Alright. I don't know if I want it. I have to sit on it, right?
Yeah.
I think. Yep. Got. And now I'm gonna have to sit on it again in order for Josiah to take a picture with my phone. So after the chair, we walked around a little bit. Everything's kind of closed right now. It's like 6 o'clock. So we're actually gonna end up going and finding a hotel for the night. We were going to camp, but it's been raining all day, so we don't want to do that. And there's a big storm front coming in. So we're gonna go find a hotel, but if you're ever in the area of North Utica, Illinois, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, it's a nice little town. I mean, it is a pretty nice place, nice change of pace from Madison, that's for sure. That place sucked, like every aspect of it, other than the Guru. The Guru is great. We didn't get that guy on camera, but there was a guy rambling on about how he was a guru and he shouldn't be treated like that by the cops. No idea what happened with the cops, but I don't think I want to know. So the Guru was actually so funny to us that it has since become a bit of an inside joke between Josiah and I, because this man was going on such a tangent about how he should not be treated that way by the cops because he's a spiritual guru. Like, you can't treat a spiritual guru like that. So now, between Josiah and I, we just, every time one of us makes an insult, it's one of those things of like, you can't talk to me like that. I'm a guru. You don't talk to gurus like that. So dumb. This trip, it pushed us over the edge. We went insane. There's no other way to put it. We were gone. Speaking of being gone, pretty soon we were gone from there and off to the next big chair. So we're heading down to Casey, Illinois. We actually made a pit stop because it's a 3-hour drive. We made a quick pit stop for the restroom and such in a small town. Do you remember the name of the town, Josiah?
Bloomington.
Bloomington, yeah. I ended up finding like this chair here, this random ass chair in a museum, which was kind of cool. Because we got a big chair, and then also like this judge's chair. I'll put something here in post, maybe, possibly, I don't know. I'm driving right now, so I'm paying attention to the road, I promise. But we're heading down to Casey for the world's largest rocking chair. That's the lowest point in our trip, farthest south that we're going, and then we'll be turning around and heading back to Milwaukee. So we still got, how far left to go?
About 50 miles.
50 miles? Alright. So we still got 50 miles before we get there. Things are going well. Drive's going better. It's kind of nice that we were able to get an extra chair after missing that one chair in Madison. I'm so mad at Madison. Bothers me thoroughly. But yeah, we're on the road again. So we're in Casey, Illinois, home of the world's largest rocking chair, and we found a bonus chair. But we do have to get to the world's largest rocking chair. Welcome to the world's largest rocking chair. We made it. Now we just have to sit on it, but I'm going to wait until there's no cars going past. Casey, Illinois was weird. They had a lot of the world's largest things, like the world's largest pencil, the world's largest mailbox, but for some reason all of them had biblical messages on them, like excerpts from the Bible, that had nothing to do with them.
Kind of feel it jump. Oh.
This chain here that's holding it in place.
Based on the proverb over there, it's held down by Satan.
I mean, it does say, the Lord demands accurate scales and balances. He sets the standards for fairness. It's the world's largest yardstick, which I don't think classifies as a yardstick anymore, but it's no longer a yard long.
Can you ask Matthew?
Well,
This is a cult. This is from the last person who entered this town. If I do not survive and my battery is dying, this is where I am. Please come and help. Any final words?
Hi.
Yep, we're gonna die.
And it was really strange. Like, there was nobody walking around, no locals there to speak of, other than in the butcher shop, which was like the only store that we could find that was open, where you could get a map of all of the different world's largest things. And we got a giant stick of gum.
So we had to leave the town of big things. There were a lot of big things.
Maybe a couple.
Yeah, the world's largest things. We don't know if any of them were actually the world's largest. But we felt like we had to come back with something comically large. And the only thing we could find was this bubble gum. It's a yard long.
Of bubblegum.
I think we gotta try it.
Open this.
Yeah.
Of course. And it is a yard long.
Oh, it's okay. So it's broken because I was swinging it like a sword. A lot. But in my defense, it is a yard. It's a yard long. You have to swing it like a sword. How do we open this? Oh, nice.
Like that.
Oh, it's hard.
Well, this is a disappointment.
I feel like I'm going to regret this.
Yes.
So,
There are many ways, but why am I recording this?
I don't. This is just pain. Why am I doing this?
You're still doing it.
I accidentally pressed the record button, so now I'm gonna show the glob of gum.
No.
Glob of gum. Glob of gum. This probably isn't gonna end up in the video, is it?
Not. Dad, why would you do that to people?
Because I'm a sicko.
Sicko, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did eat half of that. A little less than half, but more than I should have. Alright. It's about 2 o'clock on Friday afternoon. It's day 5 of the road trip.
Yay.
We are about halfway to Wheaton at this point. We've been on the road for, what, an hour and a half? No, it's been longer than that.
2.5 hours.
2.5, oh Jesus. We've been on the road for 2.5 hours today so far. We're gonna get to Wheaton, find the big chair, probably spend the night there. We're not driving for longer than like 3 hours a day, and the main reason for that is we want to enjoy this trip. We want it to be fun, so we're stopping and going to stores and going to restaurants and actually like enjoying the trip and having fun with this. But yeah, yesterday was very interesting. The camera did in fact die directly after Josiah brought up the whole camera dying thing. I still feel sick from the bubble gum. That was a dumb idea. The bubble gum was not a good idea. But we're going now. We got 2 days left, today and tomorrow.
Tomorrow we should be getting back to the dorm, and that'll be the end of the great chair chase, as we have come to dub it. We have been listening to music, which the playlist will be linked. I'll put it up on the thing where whichever side. I don't know which side it's gonna be on. I'll try to remember to do that. Editing Marshall, you got give me a thumbs up, Editing Marshall.
Yep, I got you.
All right, thanks. I really hope I decide to actually do that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna look like an idiot. So we'll have the playlist that we'll continue adding to. We've also been listening to My Brother and Me, the McElroy Brothers. I'll link to that too, if it'll let me. I don't know if it'll let me. I don't know. I'll put a link to that in the description. Why not? Screw it. They're funny. We had a fun experience at the Arby's. I don't know which Arby's that was. They were nice. Go to Arby's, I guess. One of them in Illinois. Just find an Arby's in Illinois. Statistically, you'll find it eventually. Go to all of them. Oh my god, this is the next road trip. So we're in Wheaton. We found one of the last big chairs of the journey. We have 1 day left. Now we're gonna go get some rest because 3 hours straight in the car is not great for my injured spine. So let's go have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
So in case you don't know, I was doing this entire road trip with a spinal injury, which wasn't fun, but I enjoyed the trip nonetheless until that night when, well, for lack of a better term, shit hit the fan.
So last night was interesting. We didn't get any of it on video because after I said, let's go find a hotel so foolishly, it was about 6:30 in the evening at that point. Sun was going down in about a half hour. And we decided to go look for a hotel. But it turns out, local county decided to tell hotels, hey, you can't rent hotels to people under the age of 21. Which is a great idea and all, until you're 19 looking for a hotel to stay in because you're still 2 hours away from your own bed. So we looked around for 5 hours instead of just driving back to the dorm, because that was better, because we still have one more chair. So that one chair is in downtown Chicago at Margaritaville. So we made it to Chicago, parked about 2 miles away from Margaritaville because it was the only place that we could get a parking spot. But we are now on our way to Margaritaville.
I actually really enjoyed walking around Chicago. It was a lot of fun. The app that they have for parking was really useful and like really easy so that we didn't have to walk back to the car when we were running low on time. It was a little bit chilly out, but we actually happened to be there at the last day of Chicago Henge, and I got a really nice picture of that, got to meet some really nice photographers and everything. And I'm going to put some of the pictures that I took because I'm really proud of these. And it was like kind of the only time that I really used the camera, because for the most part, Josiah was behind the camera because he didn't really like being in front of the camera. But eventually we made our way to the restaurant that kind of inspired this whole thing. If you've seen the Ted Nivison video about visiting every Rainforest Cafe and every Margaritaville, it was kind of the inspiration for this entire journey. So for us, it was very meaningful for us to be able to go and sit in the giant chair at a Margaritaville and have some of Jimmy's Jammin' Jambalaya.
Okay, we made it to the last big chair of our 6-day journey that was supposed to be 5 days. And now it's time to celebrate with some Margaritaville food. It's the end of the trip.
Yeah, we made it.
We made it.
That was the best meal I had ever had, and not just because Jimmy's Jammin' Jambalaya was just as jammin' as any jambalaya could be jammin' from Jimmy, but also because it was the end of an amazing journey that I got to have with one of my best friends and roommate, Josiah. And not even everything that we did ended up in this video. We didn't record everything. We wanted to record the parts that were cool and funny, but we also wanted to keep a lot of the connection and the jokes and things like that off camera because we wanted to have fun. The entire point of this video isn't for likes or comments, subscriptions, anything like that, though if you want to, 100% I would appreciate it. This is a time capsule for the two of us to be able to look back and see how our friendship began. And I'm so glad we did this, because I am so happy with the way this video turned out and the memories we got to have, the inside jokes we got to create. And you know what? If you have a giant chair in your area, or if you have an idea for something ridiculous like this to do with a friend, go do it. I'll create a... You know what? Just do hashtag Great Chair Chase. And it doesn't even have to be a giant chair. Post it online, do hashtag Great Chair Chase, and I'll make a video about your great chair chases and about the amazing journeys that you all go on. So go, chase the chairs. You know what? I kind of like that.
Quand je rayonne de joie, des événements joyeux apparaissent. Quand je rayonne d'inquiétude, des événements anxieux se rapprochent. Les émotions de chaque jour façonnent les jours à venir. Alors souviens-toi de cette vérité, même dans la peur. Cherche une humeur plus lumineuse, laisse couler la bonne énergie. Petit à petit, fais grandir tes ondes positives en quelques minutes. Heure ou jour, tu commenceras à voir